Now, in our last episode, the pet detective team rescued the two lost twin archaeologists, Pete and Repeat, from the tomb inside the Great Khufu Pyramid in Egypt. While little Thomas and Ruger, they drove the biscuits and gravy train and repaired Mrs. Pugmire's water to her little mountain cabin. Now, with Mother's Day just around the corner, the team were fast at work making their handmade Mother's Day cards to tell their mommies just how much they love them. Now, Pepe, Charlie, and Bailey were all adopted by their Auntie Mommy Debbie. You see, she's known at the pet shelter as everyone's Auntie Debbie. But when she adopted them, they just called her Auntie Mommy Debbie. Early on, Pepe, Charlie, and Bailey, they all started school together. But Pepe, he did spend a lot of time in the principal's office for what some might call unbecoming behavior of a young pup. Now, on the other hand, Charlie and Bailey, they were always well-behaved students. Well, once again, Polly called the team together, and someone was trying to eliminate next year's Mother's Day. The Happy Day Calendar Company, who is the largest calendar company in the world, called and said that someone was trying to remove Mother's Day from next year's calendar. Every time they fix it, it gets changed back. Well, this shocked our young pet detective team to their little Mother's Day making card hearts. The Happy Day Calendar Company wants our pet detective team to get to the bottom of this and save next year's Mother's Day. Pepe, who considers himself a knight in shining armor, he spoke up, as Pepe always does, and said he will not stand for his Auntie Mommy Debbie to be robbed of her Mother's Day, and that his ancestors are the noble knights of the Barbecue Rotisserie, Chapter 77, and that he is actually Sir Pepe Deep Pit, and his trusty horse Briquette. And he once fought off the invaders who tried to do away with honey glazed ham, ice cream cones, and those little sprinkly things that they put on Christmas cookies. Charlie raised his hand and said, "Excuse me, Sir Armpit." "It's Sir Deep Pit," Pepe barked back. Charlie snickered, knowing that it would upset Pep, but it also let Polly get back to business of their Mother's Day mission. Polly continued. The Happy Days Calendar Company is located on the Mississippi River in Vicksburg, Mississippi. The Happy Days Calendar Company is on the paddle boat. It used to be a little tugboat, but they converted it. The pet detectives jetted off to Mississippi. Oh, now where's little Thomas and Ruger? Well, their mother entered them in a local catfishing tournament on Mother's Day. Thomas and Ruger were excited about the fishing tournament, so they went to the garage to clean up Chiquita, their yellow canoe, and sort out all their fishing equipment. Their mom made snacks and a nice picnic lunch for everyone, so Thomas and Ruger, Mom and Dad, all headed to Shaver Lake in the Sierra Mountains for a fun day together as a family. However, when they got to Shaver Lake, they found out that this is a cat fishing tournament. Thomas and Ruger's dad broke out into laughter. But their mom was not going to let this stop her babies from fishing in this tournament, so she dressed them up like cats. This did not make Thomas and Ruger very happy at all. But when they went back to check in, they found that the tournament had been canceled. The lady explained that the tournament had just been canceled, and that they were supplying chicken gizzards for all the bait to be used. But the cats ate all the bait. This made Thomas and Ruger's dad laugh even harder again. And now the cats were just napping. Catnapping, that is. Well, it wasn't long before Barney, the volunteer park ranger, seen this and said, according to Park Code BR549, that catnapping will not be allowed in the lake or surrounding areas, and they would have to move along or he'll lower the boom. Thomas and Ruger said, "No problem, officer. We'll get them up and on their way before you know it." They tried to wake the cats, but to no avail. Then Thomas said, I know. The good Reverend Rochester is in from Las Vegas. He was here to start the fishing tournament, and maybe he can wake him up. Well, Thomas asked the good Reverend, and the good Reverend Rochester, he did let go with his big booming voice, and the cats were startled awake, and they were soon on their way home. Now, Thomas and Ruger, they had something for their mom, worth more than gold and diamonds. A little flower and their heartfelt love for their mom, just the way it's supposed to be. Good job, Thomas and Ruger. Now back to the Mississippi River. At the Happy Days Calendar Company, the team met up with the head of the AI department. Pepe said, "They have an artificial intelligence department? This is scary." No, they have armadillos. Armadillo Intelligent Department. A super secret group of undercover armadillos that never smile. Armadillos are not known for acting very joyful, even at Christmas time. But, joyful or not, they were very thorough. Their one shortcoming is that the armadillos are terrible at math, but very good readers. That's why armadillo calendars spell out all the dates and never use numbers. The Armadillo Intelligence Service were at a loss, and were stumped, and were relieved to see that the pet detectives have arrived. Soon our team started in right away. They had visions of what kind of dastardly villain that would come up and dare do away with Mother's Day. So Charlie and Bailey, they talked to the calendar production foreman, Bullfrog Billy, and he was very helpful. Our team also were quick to learn that almost everyone that works at the Happy Days Calendar Company is a frog. It's because there along the muddy banks of the mighty Mississippi, there is a large population of frogs. And Mississippi frogs, as everyone knows, are excellent with numbers, which is proven by the historical figures such as Frog-Leg Einstein, Isaac Hopalong Newton, oh, and don't forget Amphibious Archimedes, true historical superstars. And they have been a real inspiration to generations of frogs ever since their time. The math skills of the Mississippi flat-footed frogs are legendary, and it's these considerable math skills that the Happy Days Calendar Company count on. No pun intended. It just so happens that that very day the Calendar Company were having their annual picnic, where hopscotch and bullfrog mud wrestling is the main attraction. The picnic served such delicacies as deep-fried mosquitoes and potato bug salad, an old family favorite of Bullfrog Billy. Now the boys, Samuel and Isaac, notice that all the employees are very young. Now Colonel and Pepe talked to the young frog employees, and they found out frog years are 20 to 1. And for every 1 year we live, it's 20 years to a frog. So Charlie and Bailey asked Bullfrog Billy, "How many days are there in next year?" Well, Billy said, "There's 365 days like always." Charlie said, "Isn't next year a leap year?" "Yes, it is," Billy replied. "That's where Mother's Day has gone," Charlie said. "The young frogs never seen a leap year. And when they added leap year day, somewhere down the assembly line, another frog took Mother's Day off to keep it to 365 days. Well, mystery solved, and Mother's Day saved. Just a simple math problem. The pet detectives have brought a huge sigh of relief to the Happy Days Calendar Company, and little card-making loved ones everywhere around the world. Now, to Thomas and Ruger's mommy, KK, Auntie Mommy Debbie, and my mom, Happy Mother's Day. Now don't forget, like Charlie says, forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Boom, boom, yes, and move right along and leave a comment and ring that notification bell. Share this with a friend. Share this with your mother. And we'll see you next time on the Adventures of the Pet Detectives.